Hi everybody, Happy New Year. So I was just sitting here in my room thinking to share a way that you guys can connect with your higher self or your angels or divine connection. And there's multiple different ways that you can do it. For me, I find that being out in nature helps me do it a lot. That's actually when I first started really doing it, was when I would go for walks. And it was just me by myself, and I just had to get out and walk. And I personally wear headphones when I walk. I don't have them on all the time, but I do have them on. But when I'm listening to certain kinds of music, I'm careful what I'm listening to, because what I'm listening to is also affecting my vibration as well. So when I go for walks, I try and play something inspiring that makes me feel good, or something that helps me release whatever it is that I need to release. Because what we're looking at or what we're listening to plays a huge part in how our vibration is and what kind of communication we're going to be getting through. So I would just put on my headphones, and then I would just grab my bag, and then I would just go for a walk. And then I wasn't really thinking of anything in particular, unless I had a situation, and I would just ask that I asked for help before I went for a walk. I said, can you please help me with this situation and figure out what I need to do? And then I would just walk. Or there was just times where I just wanted to get out and just be connected and just see what it feels like. So either way. And it was just beautiful, because like I wouldn't be focused on anything in particular. I would just notice things around me. So like I would notice the birds and the trees as they flew across. I would notice the trees themselves, and then I would think about their roots. I would think about their root system and how their root system goes deep into the earth, and how they're so close to each other, some of them, and how, wonder if that's how they communicate with each other. And then I would just look at the grass, the dirt, the rocks, the butterflies when the butterflies are out. I would look at, what are those called? Those dandelions? Springtime too. And then it depends on the season. So right now it's winter, so the trees are kind of bare, except for the trees that still have their leaves. But then I would just look at the trees, and then I think about how naked and how vulnerable they are, and how they've let everything go. And then some of them haven't let everything go. Some of them still are holding on to their leaves, or still holding on to dead leaves and dead branches, and how the tree needs to let go of some of that in order to thrive fully. Just like, they say when you have a plant, you're supposed to take off the leaf that no longer is living and it's dying, because it's actually pulling from the nutrients of the rest of the plant, trying to get water and nutrients to that part of the plant. But if you take off that part of the plant, then the rest of the plant does better. So it's not trying to send it to some place that it's not going to make it anymore. So same idea with us and our situations and stuff we have going on with our bodies, is that we have to be able to let them go in order to stop sending so many nutrients there that don't need to go there, that can go elsewhere. And then in the springtime, when you see everything blooming and starting to grow, and that's a time for rebirth and a time for renewal. And so I'm starting to really learn and look at the seasons and how to connect with my inspirational angel thoughts. And there's other ways to do it besides just going for a walk. Those are just ways that I like to do it. And I can't always go for a walk. I'm a busy life. Like, I don't have a lot of time to myself, especially between work and family. But when I can, I try and dedicate at least one day a week, or every day on my break, and go for a walk. But That's not always possible. So one day a week, usually on Saturday, and I just walk. And it could be for a short period of time, a long period of time, doesn't matter. Whatever time you have to give is what's important. And it's just about focusing on the now, and oddly enough, the inspirational thoughts, intuitive hits will just start to come. I mean, you can get them as stuff as like when I was working on this fish tank with my dad, and I would even be just cleaning the tank or setting it up or something like that. And I would just have inspirational thoughts of anything that was happening with that. I could turn it into a lesson. And that was pretty amazing, just to see the lessons in it and the stuff that I need to learn from it and the stuff that I can use in my life as inspiration. So that's another thing. And another time it'll happen when I'm just making my celery juice, because I'll do celery juice in the morning, and I'll just be focusing on cutting the celery, cleaning the celery, and then putting it into my juicer. And just with that process, I'm focused on that, and then these thoughts will just come in my head. But the key part to speaking to your angels is you have to give them permission. So you have to invite them in, and because we have free will. So if you want help and you want these things to happen, then you have to invite them. And you have your guardian angel there with you all the time, regardless. But they can't step in and help you unless you ask them. So that's why you say, thank you, angels, for making your presence known to me. It feels so good to know that you're here and I'm loved and supported. And you don't have to say all of that. You can just say something simple like, guardian angel, can you please help me? Or angel, can you please help me? Whatever it may be. And so then times when you're busy, because sometimes you're just so busy, you just don't have the time. It could be something simple as taking a moment to breathe. 30 seconds, a minute. Doesn't take long to do a minute. If you could do 5, great. Just focus on breathing in, breathing out. You can sigh it out like I've done before, or not sigh it out. And what I mean by sigh it out is I find that when I'm a little amped up and stressed, if I just take a moment and take 3 breaths, and I just take a deep breath in and sigh it out and say, ah. And I do that 3 times. That seems to release something. Like even just that part, I just felt like I got relaxed. I feel like my shoulders dropped. So if I did it again, and one more time, breathe in. And then I just feel more at peace in that moment. And like, I just got emotional right now because like whenever my angels come around me, I feel super emotional. And it's not the bad kind of emotion. It's just the overwhelming emotion of love and happiness and just overwhelmness. It's just, I don't know how to describe it. Just overwhelmness of love. So when I'm overwhelmed with love, I get emotional. And that's probably partly because I have a hard time accepting things, including love and love from other people to me and myself to me, fully. I'm not saying I don't do that entirely, but fully. So when I have that overwhelming feeling, it's like, okay, I have to accept it. I have to accept it. It's good to accept. I deserve it. I deserve it. So it's remembering that I deserve that. I deserve all the goodness in the world. And so I used to have to say in the mirror, I deserve everything good in life, you know? So there's little tricks and tips that you can do to kind of help you get into the mode and mood of, you know, feeling better. Another quick thing is you can do journaling if you have a few moments to journal. I have couple of journals. I have the journal that I just need to get stuff out on, and then I have a journal that I use to put my inspirational thoughts on. And if you don't have time to write them down, I found that voice memos works really good. So I'll just quickly turn on my voice memo on my phone and just start talking and recording, and just whatever comes out, comes out. And then I'll title it so I know if I want to go back later and reread it. I also pull cards. If you aren't into that stuff, you don't have to do that. They do have some other types of cards that you can use as the same idea. Like there's some surrender cards and some letting go cards and stuff like that. But that really helps me. Or you could even just stare at a plant in your room if you love plants and you have some in your room, which I have some in my room. You can just stare at that, and that's like a meditation. Or stare at, if you have a fish tank or something like that, that's a meditation as well. But the key is just to invite it in and to invite that loving presence. There's a cleansing and clearing thing that you can do too. So when you're around energies all day long, because we're constantly picking up on energies through your chakras. So I'm big on chakras and your energy and your aura and stuff like that, and people who are very empathetic and affected by other people or other things or situations. So I always call in Archangel Michael to help me cut any cords to any people, places, things, or situations. And you can do that at any point during the day, every morning, every day, just to kind of help you. So I say, thank you, Archangel Michael, for cutting any cords of people, places, or situations that no longer serve me. And then there's another one I just learned that you can ask Archangel Metatron to clear anything in your space. So it's not just about your physical space here. It could be like your actual physical space that you're sitting in. And then you say, there's another one that says, I am the keeper of my mind and body. I can't remember what it is right now. Oh, I am the keeper of my mind and body. Where there is love, there can be no fear. Love is here. So it's just saying, where there is love, there can be no fear, which is so true. Because if you think about it, there's no way you can have both at the same time. So whenever I get fearful, just focus on love, and then the fear kind of dissipates. And then you ask Archangel Michael to place you in a bubble of light of protection. And so it's just like this big, bright blue light that's just swirling around you, above, below, forward, behind, all around. Which I'll probably go into more detail. Like I'll actually do a video on how to do that, which I did learn from Kyle Gray. So that's a good one too. And then in the morning, I always thank them for guiding me this day, moving my mind, moving my emotions, moving my words, moving my actions to do, to be, to serve my greatest contributions today. I had heard that a while ago from somebody, and I've marked that down, and I do that every morning because I want to be of service and I want to be of help. And I want to help spread the love and light that needs to be spread, because with so much going on around us and so much bad news, like I can't watch the news. That's another big thing, is like I have to be mindful of what I'm putting into my body, mind, and spirit. So I can't watch a bunch of negative things. I'm not saying don't watch anything negative. Everybody wants to watch a good scary movie or show or whatever, and that's totally fine. It's just like the majority of what you're putting in and watching and doing, it'll start to wear down on you. Like I'll notice that when I'm watching something that's not really higher vibration, I'll be like, ooh, I don't feel so good. Or it's something with food. If I put something in my body and I'm like, I don't really feel so good after I eat that. So then I have to do something else to help kind of counteract it. So then I'll either eat something healthier that I know my body likes and is okay with, or I will watch something to change my vibration to make me feel better. And so it's like the little things that you can do to focus on the positive rather than some negative stuff. That's helpful too. I'm trying to think if there's any other tips or trips. So I'll probably do a few more videos on like the protection thing and just how to really connect. I just thought I'd come on real quick and just kind of remind everybody that, you know, if you want to connect with your angel, all you have to do is ask. And it has to be daily, because you're free will. I mean, they're not just going to come in and do whatever they want because they want to. It's because you've asked them to. And just know that they're there loving you, guiding you, and supporting you the whole way. And how much they appreciate you and see how beautiful you are, how great you are, and that you're doing the best you can with what you know. And it's unconditional love. And unconditional love is beautiful. And as much as we as humans try to do it, it's not the easiest thing to do, because we can be very judgy. We can be very just human. And that's okay. So, but it's like, what can we do from the majority? What can we do to try? You know, so I try and see everybody in loving eyes of like the angels would. And it does really change my perception, and it does start letting me see the more positive in people. So for example, if somebody's irritating you or something's irritating you, then focus on what they do well, what they do good at, what you appreciate about them. That helps turn that around. And also, I always look at everything as like a lesson. Like, what am I learning from this? What is this helping me do? How is this helping me grow? And what can I do to help me feel better about it? So that's good for me to do. So yeah, I would just maybe start off one thing in the morning, just say, thank you, angels, for reminding me of your presence today. Thank you for guiding me, and thank you for being there for me, and see what that does for you. And if you need help, they're always there for you. You're never alone. So all those times, you know, you think that you're alone and you're, you know, having a hard time, and you're not. They're really there, and they're really loving you and supporting you and giving you a giant hug if you knew they were there for you. And it's like, once you know that they're there for you, it just feels so much different. Just like energies with anything. Like, I have a bunch of crystals, and I thought they were just crystals, and now you hold them and you're like, wow, that feels really powerful. Like, you know, I've got these here. I wear a lot of rose quartz. This is the pink stone. Rose quartz is good for love, self-love, just love in general. So if you're having trouble with that, I would pick one up, purchase it. This can even be a little rock, doesn't have to be a necklace, and you can just carry it around with you. I prefer to have it on here, so that way I'll even sleep with it sometimes if I'm having a hard time. I'll just put it on and just let it absorb into my body space. And then this, I have a howlite, which is for calming and de-stressing, and then I have my chakra beads, of course, on there. I'm so into the chakras. And if you're out of alignment, then certain things can happen. So I'm hoping that this thing that I set up is going to be helpful with, you know, just kind of doing some things and teaching some things, but also to start my business. Like, even though I work full time and I can't quit doing that, that's okay. I want to start doing this on the side. So I have available times, maybe sometimes during the week after work, or probably mostly on a Saturday or Sunday, and start off a little bit here and there and see where it takes me. So hopefully it'll be good. So as far as what I would do, I do have a massage table. I don't do massage, but I have a massage table and some sheets that I could come do some energy work. It would be remote. I'd have to take it with me to go to you, because I don't have the space right now. But that's possible. But it also doesn't have to be in person. It can be remote, because with energy is all around us. Energy travels through anywhere, space and time. It doesn't matter. And I do also card readings, crystal energy work, sound healing. I do have some tuning forks, chakra tuning forks, and some other tuning forks. I also have a singing bowl, And I do have my EFT, TFT tapping thing, advanced healing practitioner certificate, which I always call in the angels for healings anyway. And I also call in Jesus and any other positive energy that I can, have, Mother Mary. And it's just about this new year, 2023, and just being the real me and loving me for who I am and doing the best I can to make me feel better while hopefully helping other people feel better. And then eventually have a own place to actually do this in and have it all set up. Because, I have this set up in my room here, but, which I would love to just do it out of my bedroom, but that would be really hard. Plus I have the kids here, so it'd be kind of loud. So anyway, just wanted to let you guys know I'm here if you need me. And I hope that you have a great day and the start of a new year, and try and go out and get connected with yourself. Getting connected with your angels is getting connected with yourself. So they're just showing you how special you are. And so I'm grateful for you. They're grateful for you. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.